What's up, gang? It's Cheyenne. Okay, so first, before I get kind of started with this video, I do want to just kind of apologize for how crazy I look right now. As I'm speaking to you, it is 113 degrees in Las Vegas. 113. Like that whirring sound that I'm sure you probably can hear in the background, that's my AC on full blast, as it will probably be for the next 3 months because this is ridiculous. So I did not get a video put up this Saturday like I normally do. I've been trying to do one video during the week, one video on the weekends. But the reason that I was not really able to get a video up for the weekend is because I was actually away for a couple of days. I was in California, went to go visit a friend. But the main reason that I went down to California is because I wanted to pick up fabric for some stuff. And there is literally no better place if you're anywhere near the West Coast to go get fabric than the Fashion District in Los Angeles. It's huge, it's really expansive. You usually get a whole ton of options in terms of the fabrics you have access to. You're gonna get great prices. A lot of the places are very open to haggling. If you're a girl and you're cute, a lot of them are run by like little old Albanian men. So if you're just like go and you're nice and you're sweet, normally they'll give you a deal because they think you're cute. So I went, had a little bit of nest egg money I'd kind of saved up for the trip for this purpose. So just went and was like, I'm just gonna get everything that I want to get for some costumes I want to work on, so I'll just be ready. So we were gonna do kind of a haul video today. I'm just gonna show you all of the fabrics and stuff that I picked up while I was there. And one of the things we're gonna do that hopefully will make this a little more kind of interesting is I am not going to tell you what costumes any of the pieces are for. Now, if you follow me elsewhere, like on my Instagram mostly and like my Tumblr, you probably already kind of know some of the things that I've said I want to cosplay. So you might be able to pick out one or two things. Like if you guess something in the comments, I will let you know whether that is on the list or not, but I'm not going to tell you what anything's for. You have to kind of use your imagination, or you'll just see when I make it. Before we get to the fabrics, I did also pick up some sort of trims and fixins, so we're gonna look at those. The first thing I got was this really great roll of gold trim that I'm going to be using, actually hopefully for a pair of costumes. I've got some steel boning for a couple of things, you know, you'll see. Got a yard of fringy fringe. Probably not gonna need the whole yard, but it was, I think, $1.50 for the yard, so I was like, just give me a yard. It's always better to have extra. I got, I think, about 5 yards of this really pretty black lace. It's just kind of, it's a really nice like cotton lace, and I got 5 yards of this for, no, I got 6 yards of this for $5, so I have 6 yards of this. And I got a whole bunch of beads for a particular costume I'm going to be making for a friend. So these are all, I tried to get kind of sort of interesting looking beads. It's for something that's kind of Afrocentric. That's all I'll really say about that. Now we're going to get into the fabric. I got 7 yards each of black and white 4-way stretch vinyl. This is probably going to get used for a couple of things. Kind of nice weight navy polyester. Now these I got at, there's a place in the Fashion District. So there's Michael Levine, which is one of the sort of the more well-known fabric stores down there. Across the street from Michael Levine, they have another store where all the fabric is by the pound. It is $3 a pound for fabric. So depending on what kind of fabric you're getting, that can be a really great deal. So I saw this fabric. I thought this was so pretty. The street stalls, they were asking $2 a yard for this, so I got 4 yards. I thought it was very kind of like late 50s, early 60s, like mid-century. So that was why I got that. I'll probably make a dress out of this. A piece of maroon denim from the By the Pound store. It was the perfect color for what I'm going to be using it for, so I was like, yes, sign me up. This one I really like. So this is this really pretty sheer fabric. That's going to be an overlay for something. I like that it's got that kind of pearlescent effect to it. Got this great piece of an aqua, it's kind of a matte, like a jersey knit, from the By the Pound store. It's a perfect color for what I'm going to be using it for. This kind of coral jersey knit. Now this is a little bit thinner fabric, but it's going to work just fine for what I want to use it for. Got a yard of blue spandex. Nothing crazy is going to get made out of this, but it's good to have. You get a piece of this kind of woven pink woolen. For what I'm going to be making out of this, I wanted something that looked kind of hand hewn a little bit, and this has these really nice little fibers in it, so that's why I picked this one. It was also at the By the Pound store. Got this one there as well. So this is going to be for that same piece that the pink was for, and again, wanted something that looked kind of handmade, kind of hand woven, rough hewn. I actually ended up getting like a whole bolt of this. I have like 10 yards of this because I'm going to be using it for 2 costumes actually. I also have about 10 yards of this. This is just a really sheer purple that I really liked. I wanted a lot of it because it's for something that I want to be very flowy and very voluminous. I think 3 yards of this. So this is another stretch vinyl, but this one's kind of wet look, so this is for something different than the other vinyls. Follow me on Instagram, you probably know what this is for, but I got, I believe, 8 yards of red velvet for something. This was from a store which is kind of like one of my go-to stores when I'm down there. If you are going down to the fashion district, there's a store called LA Alex. It is sort of around the corner from Michael Levine. They have really great fabrics, really great selection. The man that runs it is the nicest guy. Like, I hadn't been there for like a year, recognized me, remembered me, wanted to know how my mom was because she comes in with me a lot. Also got a couple of yards of blue velvet for something that is not part of that red velvet costume, but will go with it. So that might tell you what they're gonna be, maybe, I don't know. I got a bunch of polypoplin this trip for various things. So I got 4 yards of navy polypoplin. I got 1 yard, I believe, 1 or 2 yards of white polypoplin. I got 2 yards of black polypoplin, and I got 2 yards of green polypoplin. A couple of yards of this red taffeta, which I really like because in some lights it's really bright red and in some lights it's really dark. And then I actually got a whole bunch of dull satin for things. So there are people that will tell you never to use satin for cosplay. That's not exactly correct. You should be very careful about using shiny satin because it can look really cheap really quick, but you can purchase satin that is specifically dull satin, and then you do get a little bit of a sheen from it. As you can see, like, this is catching the light a little bit on one side, and then on the other side it's completely matte. I got a whole bunch of dull satin. I got some red dull satin, I believe 2 yards. I got some orange dull satin, 2 yards as well, I believe. I got some cobalt blue dull satin. I believe I got 4 yards of this. I can't remember now. And then I got some pale pink dull satin. And then I also got a couple of yards of canvas, just so I can use it under things. I have a couple things that are going to need to get flatlined with something really sturdy, so that was the main reason that I got the canvas. The one thing I did kind of forget and didn't realize, like, oh, that's something I should have gotten until I got home, is I didn't buy any muslin. And it's like, I can buy muslin at Joann's, but I could have gotten it so much cheaper in California. I'm very annoyed with myself that I forgot to get muslin. But you know what? At the end of the day, I still did really well. I spent maybe $300, something like that, which is a decent amount of money, but I had kind of been squirreling away money for an LA trip. I had budgeted for it. I knew that's about how much I was gonna spend. And for the amount of fabric I got and for the types of fabric I got, if I had tried to get it here in Nevada or ordered it, it would have been at least twice as much, probably more. And now I'm really excited to get to sewing. Now, the stuff that I'm making out of this stuff will sort of be waiting a little bit because I do have some other projects that I am going to be working on first. The time has finally come. Do an 80s Starfire. I have the pattern mostly done for that, so I am going to be filming, putting that together pretty soon. I have a couple of commission pieces that I'm working on because commissions are open. If that's something that you're interested in, I'll put all the information down in the description box below. Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con is coming up in a couple of weeks. I will be going to that. Hopefully I'll have 80 Star done by then. And if you are there, if you are coming, and you see me, come say hi. I will be manning the Critical Care Comics booth for at least part of the weekend, and I'll be, you know, Instagramming where I am and stuff. So I gotta get those done first, but then after that, like, I cannot wait. I have so much planned, you guys. So that's it for now. Put down in the comments below what fabrics you guys are planning on using for any of your costumes. If you have any, like, fabric questions specifically, I would be more than happy to do whatever I can to try and answer them. I am really just, you know, raring to go, raring to sew. See what I did there? So that is everything. I will see you guys later. Please, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe. I'm gonna be doing a lot more sewing videos soon. So for now, I will see you next week. All right, bye.